Critter Profile: CACK Dealer. Overview: Name: CACK Dealer, aka Doctor Spanko. Species: Corn Crake. Primary Caretaker: Dr. Aaron Rosby. Diet: gummy worms. Housed: WWS Veterinary Sector. Creature features: this here is former Doctor Spanko, or as he likes to call himself, Herr Doctor Spankoflex. Colloquially name-splapped with eminent Tree and Steven. Unfortunately, he is currently facing several charges of possession and drug trafficking by the Oregon Department of Justice, DOJ. Spanko's been in our care for a long time, and we never suspected him of any sort of wrongdoing. While we aim to provide justice for the city of Boring, Oregon, and the surrounding communities, we are also focused on the welfare and care of our own animals. As such, we will continue working closely with the Boring Police Department and state authorities to conduct an investigation into how and why Dr. Spanko was able to create a multi-million drug empire from his enclosure. History: this is Dr. Aaron Rosby, a former co-worker and current caretaker of Dr. Spanko. I'll be writing the remainder of this document, given I'm the point person between us and local plus state authorities. Spanko was detained last Thursday during a routine traffic stop. Officers found Dr. Spanko in possession of 439 pounds of purified CACK cocaine. He was quickly returned to our custody, but not before taking a detour down to Clackamas County Jail. Prior to being arrested, Dr. Spanko was one of our esteemed on-site animal pharmacists, assisting with compounding drugs and filling prescriptions for many of his fellow critters. He was the first non-human to be given a medical license in the state of Oregon, although that has since been revoked. Clackamas County Police were kind enough to share with us the bodycam footage from their discovery of Dr. Spanko with us. Forward: 1 Officer James Kilmer stopped Dr. Spanko's car for traveling 25 miles over the speed limit in a residential area. Begin log: Officer Kilmer. License and Huh? Dr. Spanko's face pops out from the window. He is perched on the steering wheel, and the only visible entity in the car. Officer Kilmer turns on his radio. I'm going to need some extra help. Got an unmanned vehicle here, with just some type of bird in… Dr. Spanko. Salutations, Blue Law Liquor. 'Tis I, CACK, operating non-equine horse, excluding tiptoe hoppers and puppet masters in twine. Non-exciting Regis Caxton, preventation of unmonkeyed Marco Poloing regarding silent batter powder, but CACK more snow white than white-licious snow. CACK will CACK selflessly BM the apple tube of my puppet. I possess this amongst many window brand mites. CACK! Did you say you're in possession of crack? CACK! Pardon? CACK! Crack? CACK! CACK? Crack! You have crack in your car? Precise mentally. Crumb punchers, Providium, Colossal, numerous greens for Spankoflex brand CACK. Alright, sir. Would you please step out of the vehicle for me? CACK. CACK is catfish for inculpations. Unimpeachable! Blue Man Doggo Metonic and Bullfaced. Your egg layer CACKs. My cloaca semi-annually. Spanko has gazed upon greater donkey trunks than your monkey pies. Scales will see the sunlight. End log. Afterward, Officer Kilmer was sent to a local hospital for hearing loss following the arrest. A later search of the car revealed several white packages placed in the vehicle's trunk. Spanko was returned to our custody shortly after being processed, with WWS paying $300,000 in bail. Special Needs and Accommodations. Spanko had been placed on what is essentially house arrest at WWS for the following few weeks until he has his initial trial. The terms of his bond are set by the Clackamas County Courthouse, are as such. Spanko must submit any of their drop-ins to courthouse employees to test for illicit substances. Officers are permitted to collect this material from the enclosure if Spanko refuses to comply. Spanko is not permitted any access to other individuals, save for select WWS employees and state officers. He has been provided with 2 carrier pigeons to facilitate private communication with the Oregon DOJ. Spanko has been denied requests to restyle his feathers or wear any clothing articles that would prevent visibility of his ankle monitor, which must be kept on at all times, save for 15 minutes of supervised bird bath time thrice weekly. Spankoflex drug allegations for preliminary trial. On September 15th, Clackamas County Courthouse held a preliminary trial to determine the authenticity of the evidence brought forward against Spankoflex. Present and pictured below are Judge Larison, Dr. Robsby, on behalf of WWS, Prosecution Esquire Davis, Defense Esquire Sanders, Officer Kilmer, and Defendant Dr. Spankoflex. Judge Larison: We are here for a preliminary trial to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to proceed with the charges against the defendant, Dr. Spank. The judge pauses, rereading Spankoflex's name. Dr. Spankoflex? Dr. Rotsby: Your Honor, I'd like to open by thanking you and the Oregon DOJ for allowing us to retain custody of Dr. Spankoflex until his trial concludes. Wilsons understands the seriousness of these charges and aims to resolve this situation as soon as possible through cooperation and compromise. Right. Thank you, Dr. Robsby. I'd like to clarify that Wilson's Wildlife Solutions does not condone any of the behavior Dr. Spankoflex is accused of. We deny any wrongdoing or involvement in the face of. Wilson is not the party on trial today. Will the prosecution please rise? Esquire Davis stands up and clears his throat. The defendant, Dr. Spankoflex, inmate 2337, at Clackamas County Jail, has been accused of several counts of possession with intent to sell. These charges have been brought forth as a result of a confession and the retrieval of several suspicious packages from the suspect's car. Pissums! As if CACK would mule shroombarts into monotony and tedious. CACK will window flex his epitheticals and type-rope the colon bombs. Dr. Spank... Defendant, please speak only when addressed. As I was saying, I believe we found a motive as to why Dr. Spankoflex was transporting and selling illicit substances. Dr. Rotsby, what can you tell me about WWS's annual budget? We're sustained entirely off of donations and I find it unlikely that a conservation center is able to afford a $300,000 bond solely off of community donations. I've looked into your financial records. You have several large sums of money coming from untraced sources. We have a few especially large donors, but we allow folks to submit their donation anonymously to protect their privacy and their interest. I understand. It's simply something to keep in mind. WWS and Dr. Spankoflex are separate entities. We aren't aware of all Spankoflex's personal activities. If he was providing us with money, it wasn't something we knew about. I advise the present parties to remain on task. Now is not the time for cross-examination or baseless speculation. All a big hanky-panky regarding my snow. Lemons in your esophagus. Crumb punchers stand squawk. What Balemental's donkey farts. Simply and queer. I'm not sure I'm following. Conga line of brain train. Corn maze. CACK! No potion school child trial. Simplisticals. So be as the hanky-panky. CACK has a qualifications to clarify your cochlea. Cat room blontinks for law licking. Siffy The judge rubs his nose. Defendant, I believe I told you You'd be best to stay silent until addressed. Euthanize the goose. CACK invites your indulgence. Spankoflex reaches under his wing and pulls out a small white bag of white powder in his beak. He flies up towards Judge Larison and drops the package in his lap. CACK gives you some CACK, or you Beelzebub. Larison screeches and falls out of his seat. A nearby officer lunges towards Spankoflex, grabbing him in midair. Spankoflex lets out a CACK and defecates on the judge. As many bird species are known to do when stressed or scared. Get it off! The courtroom adjourned for the following 30 minutes, to allow Larison a chance to recompose himself. Dr. Spankoflex will return to Clackamas County Jail during this time, on charges of contempt of court. Closer examination of the bag thrown by Spankoflex revealed it to possess a logo of the defendant's likeness. The bag was entered into evidence, and its contents were submitted for immediate chemical examination. Judge Larison, I'd like to speak with our team at a later time to understand just how our defendant was able to bring these substances past security. That said, I believe this incident leaves me with little doubt that there is sufficient evidence to proceed to a formal trial. Your Honor, the defense hasn't had the chance to speak. I'm unsure what defense you can provide in the face of such overwhelming evidence, but please proceed. I call forward Ellie Smith, a representative from Oregon State Toxicology Lab. A young woman towards the back of the courtroom rises, clutching several papers. Esquire Sanders, Miss Smith, would you please tell us your connection with this case? I was responsible for testing the contents of the Spankoflex brand CACK mix, recently entered into evidence. And what can you tell us about your findings? The substance inside Spankoflex's bag is not crack cocaine, but ordinary cake mix. Cake mix? Cake mix. The courtroom is silent for several seconds. And the original packages in Spankoflex's car? Also cake mix. It was a lengthy process testing all 439 pounds of it. No idea how you obtained so much. Your Honor, the prosecution finds it in the best interest of justice to request all drug trafficking charges against Dr. Spankoflex be dropped at this time. Charges are hereby dropped. Court adjourned.